Hello, everyone, and welcome to Camping with Lenny. In this episode, why do I carry a GPS? This episode is brought to you by me, Camping with Lenny. Help me create great content by supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/campinglenny. Thanks for your support. Why do I carry a GPS on all my camping trips? Well, for two things. One is to track my coordinates for emergency purposes, and two, to track the barometric pressure during camping. Okay, let's go for number one. Tracking my tracking my coordinates for emergencies. The reason why I have this is the reason why I'm tracking it is one is some of the camping sites that I go to. Mobile device does work. I can make calls and all that good stuff, but I don't have data. Like, data is very sparse, very northern part of our of Ontario, so you don't get a good data service. So for emergency purposes, I carry one, so just in case if I go hiking or there's an emergency, I can actually contact emergency services, give them my UTM coordinates, and they can come pick me up or rescue me or whatever. That's why I have one of those. Again, it's just for peace of mind. The second one is tracking barometric pressure. If you guys don't know what that is to measure air pressure in the atmosphere. Also, is to let you know, if you know how to read it properly and how to use it and how to translate it properly, is to find out if there's an incoming storm or weather has been changing and all that good stuff. So how it works is very cool. If the barometric pressure drops, that means there's a good chance there's a weather front hitting your area because of the air pressure itself is increasing. Okay, but if the barometric pressure rises, that means the skies are clear. There's no weather coming in. It's just the air pressure is actually less. So that's how you figure it out. So in other words, you ever had a moment that you got a headache because the weather is changing? That's what it is. The barometric pressure is dropping, and the air pressure is just is falling down and just giving you pressure. The air pressure just drops. Okay, so that's why. And also, just an FYI, an average barometric pressure and sea level is 101.52 kilopascal or 1015.22 millibars. Again, that's sea level. That's an average where that's an average where I live. That's in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So that's why I use that as a starting point. But typically, when I go to the campsite, I actually turn on my GPS and actually check the barometric pressure as a starting point, and I make a note of that. And that's when I start looking at it every time I eat a meal. For example, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I look at that and say, okay, is there a weather front coming in, or is the pressure's going up? This means it's going to be clear skies, blue skies, all that good stuff. Or is there a storm coming in close to me? So that's the best way to for me. That's one of the biggest things I actually use as a GPS, especially if I'm out and about, is to get that data point, right? So now let's talk about the GPS. The GPS I'm using is the Garmin the Garmin ForTrack 601. It is a handheld wrist-mounted GPS. The reason why I got this one is it's designed to give you data. It's to give you exactly what you're looking for. There's no built-in maps in this one. It does two things that's very, very good. One, to give you coordinates, and the other one is to help you track your movement, especially if you're going hiking or if you're going backpacking, especially if you're going if you're going backpacking, camping, and all that good stuff. It's easy for you to have one of those to keep track of you. The reason why I didn't get an InReach from Garmin is it's a yearly cost that you have to incur, right? And it's great. It's exactly the same thing what's doing here. The only difference is the InReach has a map. This one doesn't, right? But if you know where you're going, and you're not planning to go backcountry or going to areas that doesn't have cell signal or anything like that, this system works perfectly. But if you're planning to go backcountry with no cell signal or anything like that, then an inReach system works perfect for you. It does have the same feature as this one has: the barometric pressure, the tracks your coordinates. But the good thing about the inReach is that one press of a button, someone can rescue you, right? But like I mentioned earlier, I have a cell signal. I apologize for that one. I got a guy that's running really fast in the street outside. Sorry about that. I was saying that if you're just car camping, right? You don't need an inReach system. You just need something to tell you where you are and tell you the barometric pressure, or give you other systems, other data points that you want to have. For the inReach, again, monthly fees or yearly fees. The only difference is you can contact one press a button, someone contact you, and you have maps. This one doesn't have the maps or a one press button, right? So it's the GPS. It's literally a GPS system without the frills, without the prettiness, without the color screen, with nothing. It's literally just a black and white dot matrix screen, and just give you the information exactly what you're looking for. And it works for me, and I like it. I really do like it. I used to have an eTrax GPS handheld device. It's a great system. The biggest problem I have with that is it's very old. It's almost 10 years. It's 15, almost 20 years old. And it does work, but unfortunately, the only thing it doesn't have, it only uses GPS, and it only uses hold on, let me double check here. It uses GPS. It doesn't have hold on here. Let me double check here. Sorry about that. I thought I had it here. I lost the. Okay, the eTrax one, the original one that I have, it only uses GPS. This is the American Global Positioning System. The 4Track 601, it does GPS. It does GLONASS, GLONASS, and Galileo. Galileo is the European GPS system, and the GLONASS is GLONASS. That's the Russian version of their GPS. Good thing about the Galileo's GPS is it's actually a lot tighter when it's looking for coordinates. Gives you the your exact position. Same thing for the for GLONASS, same thing too. But for the GPS, it's actually, I think it's a little wider, so pinpointing you the exact location is actually a lot harder. So the 4Tracks right now, what I'm using right now is actually I'm using the Galileo as a primary. The rest is GPS and the GLONASS. So it's it gives you a little bit more accuracy. It works very, very well. I have no issues having this so far. The good thing about this one is it does take 2 AAA batteries to work. It doesn't do rechargeable. It doesn't have a built-in rechargeable battery. It does use AAA batteries, so if you are planning to go camping, grab yourself at least 6 rechargeable batteries, and just charge them up before you head out, and just pop them in when you're using them. There's ways you can save battery power in this one. One is is to get rid of the tracking, so it just gives you your coordinates but no tracking. That saves you a lot of battery power. At the same time too, it does have a low power setting, just to clock. That's it. But typically, as soon as I get into the campsite, I turn it on and ready to go. If I'm going to be there for 3 days, I usually replace it just before I go to bed, right, or the first thing in the morning, and I have that ready to go. So it is a very good GPS, and that's the reason why I carry GPS, because 2 main things: one is to track my coordinates, and the other one is to track barometric pressure. So it's a different way to use a GPS. I know it's not your typical way of using it, but if you're planning to go car camping, that's all you need. You don't need anything fancy. This will work perfectly. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. If you like what you're hearing, consider supporting this podcast by buying me a cup of coffee. Link in the description. You can also visit campingwithlenny.com. There you can find other episodes and links that can help you on your next camping adventures. Thanks again.